Hey everybody, today's video is brought to you by Keeps. Now, those of you not familiar with Keeps, they're a longtime channel sponsor, and they help men address hair loss. It's a common problem, happens to most of us, and I'll be honest with you, it's been happening to me. Now, Keeps gets rid of the awkwardness of having to take time out of your day, go to the doctor, talk about how you're losing your hair. Now you can take some photos, you go online, they've got a couple easy steps, takes 5 minutes, and you can get stuff sent right to your door. Now I say stuff because it is the only 2 licensed FDA-approved hair loss medications, and it is sent to you for not too much money. It's very reasonable. If you check out keeps.com/SSR, there's a link in the description. That's KEEPS.com/SSR, and you can do your online visit today. It's free, and it can help you tackle hair loss, which, let's be honest, nobody likes losing their hair. You don't want to get to that point where you have to shave it, and that's where Keeps comes in. Click the link in the description, save yourself some time today, get your free online visit. So the Maserati has been torn down, and now we can take a look at exactly how bad the damage is and just get an idea of whether or not this thing is totaled. Now, obviously you saw the suspension was all busted off, but it looks like a lot of the stuff here is going to bolt on. The thing that I'm looking for, and I haven't spoken to anyone about this, I'm going to use my limited knowledge of vehicles, is I'm looking for frame damage. At this price point, any framework I don't want to deal with. I would, even if they say it's not salvaged or it's not totaled, I would either fix it or sell it or take the check and sell it as is and let somebody else deal with it. So, assuming these parts, and I'm sure these parts probably will total out the car, I'll know shortly, I'm going to say that this car is totaled. And it sucks because it was the first rental. We used it on one Dream Car tour, and then the very first rental, which was a local rental to Englewood, this car may have seen, and I got to check the odometer, may have been totaled within the first 10 miles of rental use that it had other than the Dream Car tour. And I mean, I guess them's the brakes. So I just got word the parts are over $20,000 in parts alone. Then you have to add labor. I mean, just the wheel, tire, hub assembly, everything. I mean, the problem with Maserati is that it's made by Ferrari. Therefore, this car will be a total loss. And that's funny because inside the first, let's just say first 10 rental miles with a customer, this car, bomp, bomp, womp, womp. I don't know, what's a good, appropriate, price is right, loser noise. But yeah, so what happens here? This one, because the damage isn't quite like atrocious, I may look to scoop this one up for like my Volta's, the lease is up. Maybe I'll scoop it up off of the insurance company if they're going to sell it for $7 grand, 10 grand. Maybe I'll buy it, fix it up for myself. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's a project car. Maybe I'll paint it orange or something like that. Who knows? I'll let you know what ends up happening. But there you go. Something that I didn't think was going to be that significant ends up being that significant. And for that, I mean, this car was 140 grand at one point in time. So this damage 5 years ago doesn't total this car. This damage 5 years later, totaled. All right, let's fast forward. I did find out the news. The car, as I suspected, is totaled. It is a total loss. The damage, and I didn't see the damage estimate, but the repair estimate is severe enough that it totaled the car out, and they're giving me a check for about $1,500 less than I paid for it, which is sort of a tough pill to swallow because I didn't even get enough revenue on the car to offset that. But like, who's going to argue over $1,500 bucks? I'm now up in the air as to what to do with this thing, and I think I'm going to buy it back. They gave me a buyback offer of $12,000. It's like $12,000, $12,500, whatever it is. And I was like, you know what? 12 grand. It's got 21,000, 22,000 miles on it. I'll fix it up and I'll drive it around every day. The damage, obviously, I don't think, it's not a race car. It's sort of an everyday cruiser. And if I can clean this thing up, I've got fur parts over in California, Exotic Auto Recycling, so there's plenty of parts to be had. I'll see how cheaply I can fix this thing up. I've got Jay's garage over here, so we'll paint it something unique, maybe like Lamborghini. I don't have any orange cars. We'll maybe make it like a Lamborghini orange or something different, something that stands out. We'll have a little fun with that. And we'll get this thing up and running. And my Volt lease is up in about a month. So we'll take this and then put this in place of the Volt, and this will be my new daily driver. What do you think? I think it's a good idea. He thinks it's a great idea.
Nice car.
Well, it will be when we finish with it. All right. So, all right, I've got unanimous consent that this is going to happen. I'm buying this puppy back, and we'll take it from there. So stay tuned if you want to see this thing get up and running and just see how cost effective I can be with getting it running, and then decide what color to make it. If you guys have any thoughts, throw them in the comments as to what color we should make this thing. I'm seriously leaning towards orange. I mean, think about the color wheel of cars that I have. I don't want to make it a Maserati color. I want to make it something different. Purple, green, orange. I don't know, something wild. Just so when you see it coming down the road, you're like, that's Rob Ferretti right there. That's why I drive a Volt, right? Like I like to show off. But this thing will have some fun with it. I'm buying it for 12 grand, and what the hell. See you tomorrow. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, if you want to keep up with this stuff. But it's a lot happening. The warehouse is almost done. That should be done in the next 2 weeks. Then I got adventure drives coming up in a couple of weeks. So there's a lot of things happening. But first rental, I mean, they went up to the Rockley Country Club and back. They did. This car has seen about 115 rental miles. And then donezo. And now it's a personal car. So stay tuned. You'll watch us put that thing back together. We'll start doing that as soon as I get the insurance checks. See you later. For those of you not familiar with my other company, I started a company called Adventure Drives, which combines driving and bucket list travel. It's a lot of fun. Our next trip, we're off to Europe in July. If you're interested, prices can be done per person. Don't worry if you don't have somebody to go with you. We can match you up with somebody. You can check the link in the description for adventuredrives.com and sign up today.